Alright traders, another installment on how I tackle trade entries and my profit target on the scalping trades. So today's topic is going to be on the B4 Jiggles. We're going to dissect the 1 bar, 2 bar, and 3 bar B4 Jiggles. So let's get right into it. The first one will be a bullish B4 Jiggle entry and take profit. So the first thing we want to do is first check our context. We know we're in a bullish playground because we have the blue vertical line saying all criteria is met. It's just blue skies above. All the check boxes are checked in this right here above the 216. Blue BLT trigger lines, short-term moving average above the trigger lines, and we're also in the blue shaded area, which is our candle channel bullish above scenario. Here is the 1 bar B4 Jiggle, and I'll explain this once. Let's take a look at what a B4 Jiggle actually is. Alright, the B4 green triangles indicate when the MACD is above the Bollinger Bands. When we get red triangles, the MACD is below the Bollinger Bands. This is a MACD indicator, so the zero line is right here. So we have green up triangles in a bullish, overall bullish trend. What prompts the B4 Jiggle is when the MACD pulls back inside the Bollinger Bands, but doesn't go far enough to generate a change of color. So anytime it comes back inside the Bollinger Bands and doesn't violate the other side, then we get gray bars. That means it's potentially a strong momentum pullback. So I have entry techniques to take advantage of the 1, 2, and 3 bar B4 Jiggles. Alright, let's go ahead, now that you know what a B4 Jiggle is, and it's opposite for bearish trades. Okay, so opposite for bearish trades. Let's go ahead. I don't usually use the indicator, I just want to see the green triangles. Alright, let's expand this out so we can get right to the nitty gritty of it so you can see it. Okay, B4 Jiggle, the first bar is always that turns gray is 0 bar. If we have 2 subsequent bars, then the 0 bar keeps moving to the right as we move and complete all the way up to bar 3, and that becomes, you'll see as we move through here. So this is bar 0, then we immediately reverse the trend. I want to play that the trend is going to resume and continue to the upside. So what I do on the 1 bar pullback is you just count back 2 bars. Okay, the negative bars indicate bars to the left, positive bars are bars to the right. So I count 2 bars back, 1, 2, the high of that bar right there. I just come over and this is where I put my buy stop in. I'm trying to get in before the bar closes. So this is an objective way where I put my buy stop each and every time. There's no consternation. If you don't feel comfortable there, then you can go up at the bar close. Let the bar close to get in. But I try to get in just a little bit ahead of time. That's 403.25. The close of the bar is 404.50, so it's about 5 ticks. Trying to get in 5 ticks beforehand. Again, we're on a 22.5 Ninzarenko bar setting. So this may or may not work on any other bar setting type for Ninzarenko. Remember, each one of these are steps. A 22.5 indicates each step is worth 5 ticks. Okay, 5 ticks on the upside, 5 ticks to the downside. That's what makes the symmetrical shape of these Ninzarenko bars. Alright, so we've got her set up, gray bar, B4 Jiggle, MACD is pulling back inside the Bollinger Bands. I put my buy stop there in case we have a move up, and lo and behold we do. We get in at 18.403, take profit if you're scalping at 407. Initial stop loss down here at 393.50. So you'll see you've almost got a 10-point stop on the initial stop. Okay, that's it for the 1 bar, cut and dry. Let's move to the 2 bar. Alright, here we have a 2 bar. Same thing in play. We see here blue vertical line indicating that we're in a bullish playground. All the boxes are checked, including in the bullish candle channel area. So here's what the 2 bar looks like, 2 gray bars in between the cyans. So let's go ahead and expand this out, get right down to it. Now the 2 bar, let's move this over where it should be. It won't stick right there. Why? Yeah, this thing is very finicky. Okay, so 5 bars right here. So on the the reversal bar is always going to be the 0 bar right there. So as we go down, when we don't ever know if this is going to close and become the 0 bar, but that's why I anticipate and put a stop up there. So when it does close 0 bar, you know, as it's forming right here, what I do is I start counting 5 bars back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the high of that 5th bar is where I come over and put my buy stop in. It works the same for the sell stops. All right, you just count over 5 in a 2 bar. And again, you got to let these play out. You have to know, you never know if a 2 bar is going to be a 2 bar, whether it's going to go to a 3 bar, but you're always anticipating as this bar here is jiggling around. So I've got a buy stop in up there. If it puts me in, then I'm going to assume that this is a 2 bar B4 jiggle. You have to assume that. All right, and that's all you do. Count back 5 bars as this one's jiggling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snag that high, put it in right there. Buy stop here is at 18,357. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can get that over a little closer there. So, all right, 18,357. It's hard to get these lined up because of how the time factor. It's not a time chart. It's an Renko chart. So, yeah, they don't line up the way I like for them to. But anyway, we get in at 18,357. Initial stop down here, 18,347, just below the spike. We put the stop in as soon as we get filled. About 10 points. Initial stop. And our take profit goes up here at 18,362 if you're scalping. Okay, cut and dry. That's it. 2 bars really. I don't use a 5 bar. But it's easier for me to explain it to you if we count 5 bars back. So I'm just looking over here. I'm really counting this shoulder, and as I look across, this one peaks above. So I want the next highest one up right there, and I know that's where I want to be. It just happens to be the 5th bar back from the 0 bar. So, okay, that's how we handle the 2 bar B4 jiggle. Now let's find a 3. It's the easiest of all, I think. Easiest of all. All right, again, we want to check to make sure we are in. This one doesn't print the blue cyan up because of how I have this coded right here. So, but it is bullish. We turn blue. The short term gets above the BLTs. We're in above the 216. We're in bullish territory. We are in bullish playground area right there. So let's expand this out, dissect the 3 bar B4 jiggle. Yeah, that should be good enough right there. The 3 bar is easy enough. You know, you come down, you don't know if this is going to be a 1 bar or not. It closes down. You don't know if it's going to be a 2 bar in reverse. So I'm trailing this thing all the way down as it gets. Now we make a 3 bar. What I really like about the 3 bars, the 2 and 3s, is when they strike the short-term moving average. I love the moving average strike. That gives me confirmation that that's probably a good area. You know, just an eyeball guess, about 65% of the time these things turn once they strike the short-term moving average. All right, so I've got a buy stop in for these. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. Same thing, because I think I may have a 2 bar. I don't know, so I'm trailing it back. 1, 2. I come back over here. I've got my buy stop in right there in case this bar turns. It doesn't. Fills another, starts jiggling. So now we have a full-on 3 bar, 3 gray bars showing. So now I just go back 1, 2, 3. I'm dragging my buy stop down as we go. I typically don't just put it in, but I'm I'm dragging my buy stop down as we travel into this. So just count back 1, 2, 3, 3 steps up from this. Buy stop goes in right ahead of that. We get in 385.50. Initial stop down to 376, a little bit shy of 10 points, and we go up 390.50 for a scalp trade. So that's it. 3 bars are easier to count. I mean, again, as we move down, I don't know if this is going to be a 1 bar jiggle in reverse, so I'm automatically, coming in here and buy stopping. It doesn't trigger me in. We get to 2. I'm dragging my buy stop down. I'm looking to the left, for the 2 bar. I'm counting back. We get to the 1. Again, I don't know if this is going to be the 2 bar and then reverse back up. So it doesn't, completes another bar. So we're jiggling. So I never know. The takeaway is I never know if this is, as it's forming, where it's going to turn. I'm anticipating if it is. Sometimes I get tripped in on a 1 bar that turns into be a 4 bar, or a 3 bar B4 jiggle. So sometimes that happens. But anyway, here it's pretty self-explanatory. You get in, bada bing, bada boom. So, all right, let's move over and take a look at some of the short 1, 2, and 3s. Same logic applies to all of these. All right, here we go. First thing we want to do, we can see here we got the deep pink vertical, so it tells us we're in a bearish playground. Let's go ahead and expand that out, dissect it, take a look at it. All right, so we know that things are starting to look our way. We're coming out of the bullish candle channel, getting into no man's land, but we got an order block down below that they're probably trying to get to. So as this market forms, it comes down, we get put into bearish playground territory. We come out outside of the candle channel, and then we start coming up. Okay, 1. Oh, this is 2 bar. Where's my 1 bar at? Did I miss my 1 bar? Yeah, there we go. Okay, missed the 1 bar. All right, so we are firmly into bearish playground territory here. We get the vertical, we come down. You see we've got hot pink shaded background, meaning we're in a bearish candle channel. Come down, trip up. We're 1 bar B4 jiggle, and then we get the reversal bar right there. So we count back 1, 2, 3, snag that low right there. And that's where we put our sell stop in. So as this bar is jiggling, we're assuming that it's going to be the 0 bar. So we're just counting back 1, 2, 3, and popping that in right there. So that's all there is to this. So we get in here, sell stop at 237, take profit at 232. We initially put our stop loss in at 248, and you could probably go a little bit lower than that right there. So yeah, why did that not? That is not where we want to put that. 247 is where we want to put that right there. Yeah, 247. Let's change it. Yes, that puts us at 10 points above 40 ticks. So that's where we want to be with that right there. All right, then once we get in, we've got for a scalp, potential to get down to 232. This one just went right to it. Must have been some news, because that was, I probably wouldn't have been able to get that in real time. That was like milliseconds right there, but it's a good demonstration. All right, let's move back over to our 2 bar. Find that baby again. Okay, there we go. Same thing here. We've already pretty much talked through this one, so let's just dissect it out. You get two bars. Great. This one starts to jiggle. So you're assuming it's the 0 bar, so you just count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 2 bar is really the only one that you're going to count back 5 bars on. You snag that low, you come right in there, or you can do what I do. I count back 1, 2, I come over here, I see this was barely poking down, so I take the next low right there. So it works out to be the fifth bar. That's how I do it right there. We get in at 311, 321.75, initial stops, really 321. And we have a take profit down here at 18,306. So 5 points away. That one played out really fast. You could have got that one without any problem, and you would have been, within 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds filled on a take profit. Sometimes these things work. These trades work really, really fast. All right, let's go over and take a look at a bearish 3-bar. Here we go. All right, so again, deep pink vertical stripe means we're in a bearish playground where we touch the bottom of that candle channel, it repels it, sends it down. So everything's bearish. We're below the 216, below all the trigger lines, everything. And even this short term throughout this 3-bar pullback here, it remains bearish momentum, completely red. All right, so let's expand this out, take a look. And again, the 3-bar is the easiest one. Once you get 3 bars on the downside, it's the same as the upside. This one starts to jiggle, you just count back 1, 2, 3, snag that shoulder low right there, come over, sell stop in. Happens to be 282.75. Stop goes in at 292.75, and then a take profit down here at 77.75. All right, that one goes down very quickly as well. Gotten filled on that. You had plenty of time to get this trade in right here, but you got to know where to put these things. You can usually size this up in less than 2 seconds and get your stop in once you practice it plenty of times. And this would have been another one where you would have had profit 5 points in less than 10 seconds. So that concludes how I enter the B4 Jiggles. Hopefully that makes sense. You can go back, review how I do this, slow it down, and talk yourself through it, build yourself some notes. If you need to count, you can make you a little matrix if you want to try this. Again, this is my technique, not recommending it for anybody. So it's just how I do it, how I skin the cat on this time frame here. Anyway, hope you got some takeaways from this, and I'll see you in the next video.